we have questions from the media. If, I know that all of you have questions for your Dennis Ugas. We have Steve Pratt here, the Bizier crew over here. So raise your hand if you have questions for your Dennis Ugas. By all means, we have Ellie Sekbeck here of ES News.
First of all, Ugas, congratulations getting the fight. What is your key to victory?
No, he estado compitiendo desde los 6 años, soy un peleador, siempre saco a todo, siempre doy 200% en las peleas y pienso que el sábado la noche más grande de mi carrera y voy a hacer lo mismo un poco más.
He said, ever since I returned to the ring, being away from the ring in this 6-year journey, I'm going to do what I have been doing over the course of this run, but just do it a little bit better, obviously, against someone like Manny Pacquiao. More questions from the media. Got Steve Muehlhausen over here. Steve, if you have the mic, there you go.
You're Dennis. Thank you for joining us. And just a question, Manny and Freddie Roach have been talking about maybe this is going to be it for Manny, win, lose, or draw. So what would it mean for you to retire Manny Pacquiao?
Sí, como dije, si es el último peleador que va a pelear con Pacquiao, con una leyenda, que lo haga con un peleador digno, que vino a pelear, que le hizo sacar lo mejor de él y que fue una gran pelea para todos los fanáticos.
Well, it would mean a lot for me because what I want to make sure is that if I am the final guy to step inside the ring with Manny Pacquiao, I want to make sure that I brought everything and that I got the best out of him, and I know together we will make for a great fight. More questions for the WBA welterweight champion of the world, your Dennis Ugas.
Steven Coreno, Clearwater Sports. Felicidades, Ugas. Ask him, Ray, if you could, please, what does it mean to him to have this stage right now in a critical time in Cuba and be able to bring this light, and possibly even what a victory would mean for Cubans that are going through the struggle right now?
Sí, todo el mundo sabe que soy un peleador adentro, pero también soy un peleador afuera por la libertad y los derechos civiles en mi país. Y esta lucha yo se la voy a dedicar a todos los hombres y mujeres que luchan por la libertad de mi país y van a estar representados en mí.
He said, this fight, obviously there's some turbulent times in Cuba, but for me, I'm going to go out there and fight my hardest, and I dedicate this fight to those that are fighting for the liberty and the freedom down in my native country of Cuba. Again, we have your Dennis Ugas here, the WBA welterweight champion. He has a 26-4 record, 12 wins, coming by way of knockout. Ryan, question?
Yes, Joe Dennis, you were training for Fabian Maidana, a right-hander. Pacquiao was training for a left-hander in Spence. Who has the advantage? Tú estabas entrenando por un derecho y Pacquiao por un zurdo. ¿Quién tiene la ventaja en esta pelea de esta manera?
Sí, él iba con un zurdo, yo iba con un derecho, todo cambió. Pienso que los dos somos gente que compite, peleadores que competimos fuerte. Pienso que nadie tiene ventaja. Vamos a pelear esa noche y en 10 días son suficientes para ponernos listos.
He said, I don't think anybody has the advantage because, he was preparing for a southpaw. I was preparing for a conventional fighter. And, we've had over 10 days to be able to prepare. And I don't think anyone has the advantage heading into the fight on Saturday. But we just have to come in, do the work necessary in the ring to get the victory. Again, more questions from your Dennis Ugas, Adrian.
Campeón, buenas tardes. Adriana Jiménez de Fino Boxing. Campeón, sabemos de tus habilidades. Esta pelea la tomaste con 11 días contra un campeón, el único de 8 divisiones distintas, campeón en 8 divisiones. ¿Cuál es el reto más difícil en enfrentar a Pacquiao? What's the most difficult challenge in taking on boxing's only 8 division world champion in just 11 days?
Sí, todo el mundo sabe que soy un competidor. No es la primera vez que tomo pelea con antelación. La diferencia es que voy a pelear contra uno de los mejores peleadores de la historia. Estoy emocionado y no podía tener mayor motivación. La motivación pienso que va a ser todo para mí.
I have a lot of motivation heading into this fight. I've taken fights again on short notice against undefeated fighters. The only difference here is that I'm taking on someone of the caliber of Manny Pacquiao, but I'm very excited and I feel like I am ready for this fight against Pacquiao on Saturday. More questions we got Levi?
Hola, Jordanis. Latinoamérica estará atenta a tu pelea, fundamentalmente porque vas contra una leyenda. Pero la gran pregunta que se hace muchas personas es si hay un plan de pelea donde vas a buscar al Manny Pacquiao que quiera el combate adentro. Está en la cabeza de Yordenis Ugas y en el equipo de trabajo retar el poder de Manny Pacquiao a sus 42 años.
Levi, can you translate that question, by the way, for the English-speaking media as well?
Okay, have you planned to get into the fight, get in fight against Manny Pacquiao at the age of 42 years old?
Bueno, yo siempre vengo a pelear, voy a pelear en la mejor distancia que se me dé. Sé todo lo que hace Pacquiao, sé lo que hago yo y voy a pelear en la mejor distancia y para él, pero siempre buscando la mejor pelea.
I'm always looking for the best fight. I'm going to fight at the distance that I feel is advantageous for me, but I know what Pacquiao brings. He comes forward, and I'm going to make sure that I use the proper tactics in order to get the victory. Ladies and gentlemen, Yordenis Ugas, the WBA welterweight champion of the world. And we await the man who will be challenging Yordenis Ugas. Again, tickets are available, t-mobilearena.com, also axs.com as well. And also, Saturday night's event is brought to you by MP Promotions along with TGB Promotions. And what a night of action. The welterweight championship of the world on the line. Awesome. You have Robert Guerrero, Vicious Victor Ortiz, Mark Matsayo from the Philippines looking to remain undefeated as he will take on Julio Ceja, the former champion from Mexico. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with a record of 62 victories, 7 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins coming by way of knockout. A 3-time Fighter of the Year, the Boxing Writers Association Fighter Decade of the Year. He has beaten the likes of Sugar Shane Mosley, Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera, Ricky Hatton, and so many others, Oscar De La Hoya. He has been a part of the biggest events in the history of the sport of boxing. 2 years ago, he defeated Keith Thurman to capture the welterweight championship of the world from Sarangani Province, Philippines. Please welcome the senator and boxing's only 8-division world champion, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Manny, it is great to see you. What does this mean for you returning to Las Vegas after over 2 years away from the ring, and you step inside the ring on Saturday night against Yordenis Ugas?
Well, first of all, it's pretty hot. I'm so thankful to God for coming back here in Las Vegas for for a long time. I made it to come back here to fight again with Ugas, and this is gonna be a good fight. We're going to settle down the belt, the WBA belt.
So what you're talking about, but for those who don't know, Manny Pacquiao was stripped of the title that Yordenis Ugas has. Ugas was elevated from regular champion to super champion, but now you are the challenger even though you didn't lose the belt in the ring. So it means a lot for you to be able to regain your championship.
It means a lot. I just need to prove it that it's not good for someone to take the belt without fighting me. So I think this is a kind of a challenge and a good fight. I know both of us are prepared for this. Will prepare for this fight, so it's gonna be a good fight. And I would like to invite all the fans all over the world, especially the Filipino people, to watch this fight. Don't miss it. It's gonna be a good fight and more action in the ring on Saturday. I'll see you there.
Manny Pacquiao, ladies and gentlemen, the two fighters are going to face off. This is for the welterweight championship of the world at T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. Tickets are available at t-mobilearena.com, and it's brought to you by TGB Promotions and MP Promotions. The welterweight championship of the world is on the line as the 8-division world champion, boxing's only 8-division world champion, Manny Pacquiao, battles the champion, your Dennis Ugas from Cuba. All right, your Dennis, thank you so much, Manny. Stay up here. We're going to have questions from the media. Your Dennis, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it. And now if we have questions for the 8th Division World Champion, Manny Pacquiao, raise your hand by all means.
Manny,
Yeah.
you were focused training for Earl Spence. Everyone was saying how tough the fight's going to be. And then 10, 11 days before the fight, it switches to Ugas, a right-handed fighter. How hard was it for you to make the change?
It's not hard for me. I'm just in a 2 days adjustment. I able to adjust right away because I've been fighting right-handed, so it's not difficult, really difficult, unless you're fighting a right-handed and then it switched to left-handed, so it's gonna be a little bit hard for me. But this time around is fighting a southpaw and then switch to right-handed, so it's easy to adjust.
More questions for Manny Pacquiao? Steve?
Manny, when you found out it wasn't going to be Spence and Ugas was available, was there any part of you that was like, no, I'd rather wait and fight Spence when he's at his best, or were you like, I don't want to waste the camp, I want somebody to fight, and Ugas is the next best guy?
It's a good thing that when Spence cannot fight, of course I understand, because health is most important thing. I hope that I prayed for his fast recovery and he can fight again. And good thing that my hard work and sacrifices, dedication in training is not wasted. So I can still use it in August.
Got a question over here?
Manny, thank you for joining us. And you were talking about the WBA belt earlier. And A, was there any consideration of even not fighting for the belt, considering the circumstances that led to you getting stripped? And B, just with everything going on with the WBA, a lot of people are like, well, why fight for the title considering all the controversy with it? Was there any thought of not fighting for the belt?
Well, this is not only the belt, but it's about my legacy, my name, and also of course, an honor for my career and honor for my country.
As far as preparation is concerned, if you had Ugas from day one, would you have trained harder or a different regimen than you would have for Spence?
Of course, I will prepare for Ugas style from the beginning of my training camp. But the thing is, it's not hard for me to adjust, but because I've been fighting with a right-handed, so it's not new to me to fight a right-handed like Ugas.
Manny, how are you? Hello. You just met Ugas. What's your impression? Did you size him up right now?
Oh, it's okay. He's gone. Nice to see him.
Manny, heading into the fight with Errol Spence, you said your speed would be one of the big reasons why you'd be too much and win that fight. Do you feel the same thing about this fight with Ugas? Your speed will be too much for him?
In a boxer, if you have speed and power, you can use it in all your opponents. It's your advantage, because you can control the fight. You can easily control the fight, and whatever you want to do, you can make it right away, because it's easy to see to do it, because you're fast. You can move.
Good afternoon, Senator. What makes you say that this could be your last fight?
All I can say is it could be, or there more. I mean, I'm turning 43 this coming December, but my plan is one at a time. Let's focus this first, and then talk about talk about the next fight if there is another fight. It depends of the result. It depends of the fight. But you know, I love doing this. I'm happy doing this. And what my feeling right now is I feel like when I was young, at early age, at 20, like that. I'm so excited and happy in our training camp. So it's still the same. I'm so passionate for this sport.
One more question.
Manny, Daniel Gooden of Sunstar Super Balita in Cebu. The last time you fought Thurman, no Freddy Rhodes at that time. This time you have Coach Freddy Rhodes. What's the difference between with or without Freddy Rhodes?
No, the Thurman fight, Freddy has it.
Oh no, I mean Brunner fight.
Brunner, same. Freddy is there.
Matisi.
Matisi
Yes.
fight. It happened that my training camp is in the Philippines. So just a one fight, and then he let Boboy handle it, the training camp. So it's good experience, but it doesn't mean that we break our relationship with Freddy. You know, our relationship with Freddy is very strong. We're like a brother. We're like a family.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we want to bring up the esteemed trainer, the legend himself, the Hall of Famer, Freddie Roach, the esteemed trainer, Manny Pacquiao. Round of applause for Freddie Roach as well. What a bond these two men have had over the past 20 years. Memorable matchups. The entire team, Boy Fernandez, his publicist as well, has been with him for a long time. Team Pacquiao, ladies and gentlemen, boxing's only 8th division world champion. Give it up for Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao! Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Manny Pacquiao will challenge you, Dennis, for the welterweight championship of the world this Saturday, T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. Get tickets, t-mobilearena.com or at the box office. They are going quickly. It's all brought to you by MP Promotions and TGB Promotions. Team Pacquiao, Freddie Roach, Justin Fortune, Boy Fernandez. This team has been a winning combination for the past 20 plus years. Manny Pacquiao looking to regain the welterweight championship of the world as he represents the Philippines. The Senator himself, Manny Pacquiao. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for the grand arrivals. Fight Week is officially underway here in Las Vegas. We look forward to seeing you at the fight on Saturday night. And check the PBC on social media, YouTube pages, and also all our coverage all week long of the main card press conference, undercard press conference, weigh-ins, and then we'll see you inside this building on Saturday night for Pacquiao and Ugas live on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. Get here early. Doors will open up early for a long and an eventful evening of boxing. Pacquiao Ugas, the welterweight championship of the world on the line here in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena.
You have it.
He was not. Yeah, all right.